My name is Kerry Dean. I'm very excited to be able to serve as executive pastor here at First Baptist Church, Merritt Island. One of the things I appreciated most inside of the Bose Professional experience and be able to partner with them is that our additions and our renovations each had personality unto their own. And then as we move inside of our kids' central spaces, each room needed an ability to be able to provide their own resources of sound. And then inside the worship center, the most critical space of all, Bose was able to hear our needs and be able to meet those needs in a perfect kind of a way. The experience that we had here at First Baptist actually was a very complex one, because the building itself was built decades ago, and inside of the building of that, it became a cavernous space that made sound especially incredibly difficult.
Our experience before Bose was very dependent on where you sat in the room. But at best it was muddy and there was a lack of clarity. There was a lot going on technically, and we have a very odd-shaped room. And so even though we had brought other professionals in the past, it just didn't seem to be a solution that could address every problem. And that's what we were hunting for.
The decision to be able to renovate this space, specifically the worship center, and addressing the sound issue was a very important one. And we simply wanted the best for our community and for our congregation. Inside of this worship place was one of consistency and non-distraction, and Bose was able to help us with both of those issues.
My name is Don Allensworth, and I'm a church consulting firm called the New Ground Group. We exist to move churches into healthy growth postures and to help them have systems and processes to learn to live that way. Initially, I came to First Baptist Church upon their invite because they had a very clear vision to reach every man, woman, and child in their community with the gospel of Jesus. And so we began working together and looking at what solutions and opportunities they needed in order to be able to be effective in their community. Well, we looked at several different audio companies because, quite honestly, a lot of companies make great speakers. But we realized that we needed the right speaker, and so with the technology that Bose Pro had, it made a lot of sense as we began to model the room and look at the scientific aspects of it. It made a lot of sense to choose Bose, not only for inside the worship space, but all the secondary spaces.
Every gathering at our church, and I'm sure every church, is made up of different groups of people. And you need something that responds to all of that input well and allows you to quickly get to the sound that you need. The nice thing from Bose is they didn't just stack us up with some products. They figured out what was going to work for that space. What we needed aesthetically, what we needed to accomplish, and what was going to meet the needs sonically. And also integrated in such a way that we could access it and use it without having to totally retrain or rethink. And that's a beautiful and new thing for us.
You know, everybody loves a before and after picture because it shows the progress just in a snapshot. And I know many of you have never been here before, and you may never be here after. But as one who was, I just need to say, the biggest compliment I can give Bose professionals is we're not receiving complaints. Anyone that's in the worship environment knows that everyone wants to come in worship, and when they can't, they're frustrated. But instead of being frustrated, what we now have are people that are fully engaged. There's freedom from the pulpit as well, but there's a confidence that you are being heard. And inside of that confidence comes a new kind of a freedom. And for those that are listening, you can tell every word is a part of their story and their heart, that God then can do whatever He wants to do because it's His words that's powerful, and good sound allows His word to be shared.